to close off this year. We're counting, we just passed 16 days after Liberia's 2023 presidential and legislative elections and 18 days to the runoff. Welcome to the program. My name is Rapport Haynes. It's a roundtable discussion. We're going to feature a lot of issues from up Capitol Hill out here, along with
Well, my name is Rokwed Yeager.
great time together here. We're going to have a wonderful conversation. Let's take a few bars of our team song. After that, we'll run to amazing facts, and then we'll tell you those things encapsulated here on today's agenda. To look at brace yourself, invite someone to listen along with you as we talk about issues from up capital here. We're back in section for the third and final quarter. We're back shortly.
Audio Jungle.
Welcome back to the program, wherever you are. Great time together here. Invite someone to listen along with you. This is the House's Press and Public Affairs radio show called Today in the House of Representatives. And I've been told that we've been relayed on the voice of truth in Maryland County and the voice of hope in Klebo Sodican District, Maryland County. Radio Flemington 87.7 in Maggie County. Let's go now to the Press and Public Affairs Bureau of the House of Representatives to bring you amazing facts.
Amazing facts about the legislature. The legislature has 8 months from January to August of official work at the Capitol building, which is called sections. Do you know there is one session held every year? Do you know there are 2 days set aside in each week for the legislature to meet in plenary, Tuesday and Thursday? Do you know a motion legislatively or parliamentarily is a way to a final decision on a matter under discussion? Do you know every decision taken in the legislature, especially in the chambers, is finalized through vote of the lawmakers? Do you know the procedure in speaking in the chambers is that the lawmaker, a witness, or a visitor must first address the presiding officer, followed by the lawmakers? That's our amazing facts for today. I've been Cynthia Foley.
Indeed, thanks a lot, Cynthia Foley there from the House Press and Public Affairs Bureau. Yeka, we're back here on the program.
Yeah, it's a wonderful day being right here again, and I'd like to say good evening to all of you who are listening to us.
By the way, I like your suit. I'm a green.
Yes, thank you ever so much, and I think you well tiled into a khaki and white, displaying the necktie, and your shoes is also colorful. But that's wonderful being here again.
That's just an icebreaker, right?
Yeah, very well. And I think I like the portion Amazing Fights because it helps the public to have a broader understanding of some of the activities, very key ones at the legislature, specifically the Honorary House of Representatives. For instance, the second portion of the Amazing Fights on today, you listen that there is one session held each year as per the Constitution, and so that constitutes a couple of days that will move on from January to December. And so just as soon as you have the lawmakers seated, it means you will have the first session, the second, the third, the fourth, and the fifth, coming up to the sixth to constitute the 6 years period. So until the 6 years period is over, all of the lawmakers are legitimate lawmakers until that 6 years period is over. So if you have a constituted leadership of the legislature, it means that the constituted leadership of the legislature is in full swing until the 6 years period is over. Yeah.
Right. So that's wonderful to have the public informed. We are back up Capitol Hill. Remember, we have closed for the second quarter. So this is the third quarter of the sixth section. This is the last. This is the final quarter of the 54th legislature, and this is expected to run up to December of this year, and then the 54th legislature will expire, and then we'll have the 55th, God's willing, in January. So we're back up Capitol Hill. We have also called on members of the Fourth Estate to legislative reporters, as they always done. Thanks to them, and on they continue to do a great job. So we have since, in fact, welcome them back up Capitol Hill. Lawmakers are back up Capitol Hill, and they are there to do the people's business. And so we're definitely going to tell you those things that will be looked at during this third and final quarter, and what is currently obtaining up Capitol Hill. But again, we, with deep sadness, the Honorable House of Representatives want to announce the passing of its Deputy Chief Clerk, Honorable J. Safford Jible, who left the face of this earth, who passed away on the 18th of October 2023. So we are bereaved. He was a very, very strong voice in the legislature. Diego.
Yes, to talk about the passing of the Deputy Chief Clerk of the Honorable House of Representatives is a side day, of course, a side time to talk about his passing, because one would say the late Safford Jible was a walking encyclopedia of the Honorable House of Representatives. He was so much dutiful. He was always willing to work, and he knew his job. He definitely knew his job, and someone of that kind today to be talking about the death of such person. It tells you that you have what many will term as a vacancy that people will take some time to have an understanding, but there are other folks who are capable again. But again, we like to express our deepest condolences to his family members, also to the chief clerk. I'm talking about the clerical staff, head about the chief clerk, Matrat Sayan. We also, think that members of the House of Representatives has been mourning him because he has always been accessible. He's that kind of person, down to earth.
He was an access to the
Very
legislature,
very
and
well.
and the leadership of the House have been working and working along with the family to have his home going. But we're going to be able to announce that as it unfolds. But the late Giblet served the Honorable House of Representatives with dedication and integrity for several years, and his unwavering commitment to the smooth operation of the House and his tireless efforts in support to the democratic processes will be remembered, and with respect and gratitude. So, probably somebody listening might want to know. So you like to put it in a simple way. He was the guy who always read, in the absence of the chief clerk. He always read those communications coming from your lawmakers on the floor.
Yeah, so the chief clerk's position is the administrative arm of the legislature, specifically the Honorable House of Representatives. So the man we were talking about, he was the second man, the number two man, who was responsible to do almost all of the paperwork, all the thing that the House of Representatives had to do with paper business document. He was the number two person, and he was very, very active on his job. He was always available to do the people job. And so every time you listen to some of the legislative reporters when they are reporting or they are doing reports, you always hear to a certain extent you have his voice,
So
to
let's see if we
back
can do.
such.
We can have him. I think reading some of those communications before,
Yeah, a reflection of
we just
him.
reflect him a little bit. Yeah.
Craving the indulgence of plenary to have Mr. Paul Sati, CEO of Sati Brothers Incorporated, appear before this honorable house for deliberately deceiving the Liberian people. Honorable Speaker and distinguished colleagues, it is believed that the agreement entered into by the Sati Brothers Incorporated and the government of Liberia in 2016 to provide certain jobs for Liberians and to give a competitive market price in the sub-region as well as quality materials has been violated by the Sati Brothers Incorporated. Honorable Speaker, in the
Yes, that's a reflection of the late Deputy Chief Clerk reading some of the communications there in the chamber, and our hearts, our thoughts are with the fallen Deputy Chief Clerk family and loved ones. We remembered him with deep respect and gratitude for his dedicated services to the Republic of Liberia.
The House of Representatives truly missed him. We were sad about his passing, and we stand with the bereaved family at this time.
Right. And so to this issue with backup capital here, some of those things expected to be looked at during this final quarter leading to the transition, right?
Yes.
So, of course, the budget, the country's national development envelope, which is the budget, will be received, is going to be looked out during this third quarter. Oversight of the drugs law, how effective it is since it came into effect. So lawmakers are going to be looking at it. The House of Representatives continues to fulfill its crucial role in overseeing the implementation and the effectiveness of several of those laws that have been passed. And then one of such is this issue about the drug law. And so since it got passed, we want to know how effective is it, and then ensuring the efficacy, right? The efficacy of the drugs law being essential for the well-being and safety of our community. So they're going to be looking at it.
Yeah, there are a couple of things, like you highlighted, that the Honorary House of Representatives, generally the legislature, comprising the Honorary House of Representatives and the Liberian Senate, will be diving into as part of the third and final quarter for the 54th legislature. And like you rightly said, the budget is key because already we've transitioned from a fiscal year to a calendar year
budget,
that's in line with the Public Financial Management Law. And so the members of the Honorary House of Representatives, given the constitutional reliance, all financial instruments or bills will begin with the Honorary House of Representatives. And so they are adequately prepared. But again, you spoke about the period of elections. I know during the general and legislative elections, the honorable body recessed for the elections to ensure that those who are campaigning will go out and campaign, also campaign for the presidency. And so now that we have an imminent run of elections slated for November the 14th. Yes, so again, you will have members of the body also, observing such, because it's a national elections and it is the responsibility and rights of all of us to be a part of it, especially to make wise decisions as per the election. So yes, it's going to be another time to talk about such. But the budget is key because this is going to be the point at which you have members of the government to talk about the governance of this country. Then
Right.
you must have the resources available to run the state of affairs of this country. So yes, the Honorary House of Representatives will begin such conversation, and then depending on the Liberian Senate, you also have concurrence, and then it can move on, so that there's going to be a peaceful transition, and you will have money to facilitate such.
Right. And then also, too, doing this third and final quarter hearings to contents inscribed in the minimum development agreement of some of these concessions company. Like if you are to build clinic, or if you were to do this, you are to do that for the community. They're going to be looking at strict adherence to these things if they are working in those concession areas. So the legislature is going to be looking at it, particularly the Honorable House of Representatives during this year and final quarter. Another thing that's going to be looked into would be the pronouncement made by His Excellency President Dr. George Weah on volunteer health workers and teachers to be captured on the payroll, to be captured on payroll, that is a capture in the budget. So the legislative body will also be looking at this. And lastly, they're also going to be looking at support for the country's security sector.
And it's good to talk about the fight that, when we're here, we try to inform the public or tell the public that it is not about what time you think lawmakers are acting. They are there to act on behalf of the Liberian people, because all of us don't have the space enough to go on Capitol Hill and provide representation. So, in as much as members of the legislature are seated, once there is something of importance, of course, is going to be treated with urgency. So, in as much as we've crossed the elections, especially for the legislative elections, then of course we have the members of the legislature reassembling on Capitol Hill. Then they are still going to talk about some of these concession years we were talking about today. So they must be in good standings with the memorandum of understanding entered into by the company and the government of Liberia. So if you have a company that is operating here and have not reached the benchmark relatively to maybe the employment of the local citizens or Liberians, for instance, maybe there is a clause in your concession agreement that calls for the employment of Liberians into some managerial positions at the level of 50%, and you've not been able to meet that 50%, the members of the Honorary House of Representatives are prepared, to ensure, because the start is such. You recall that the investment committee headed by Representative Clarence Massaquoi of Lafayette County had gone all out to visit with B Mountain, and they were also at the Salala Rubber Corporation in Bond County. They also visited ArcelorMittal to ascertain conditions at ArcelorMittal, and so yes, this is just a continuation of the such exercise that was conducted prior to the elections, and following the elections, they still have a stand because they have the oversight responsibility. Remember, aside from lawmaking, there is an oversight responsibility on the part of lawmakers. So they will ensure that such is in adherence for the best interest of the country and its people.
Right, as they always done. And so key amongst those issues will be the issue that has to do with the welfare of the Liberian people. And so this 54th legislature has been standing very strong, working in the interests of the country, and they are well and prepared to continue to do those things as we go for this, as we're back for this year and final quarter. So we just hope that we keep following up. And so
Yeah.
at this time, let's get our host speaker, Dr. Buffer Chambers, since we're back up Capitol Hill. Speaker Chambers, good evening. How you doing?
A pleasant good day to you and to our wonderful people of Lipo Saloka District, the Honorable House, and all members of the Liberian population. I say a pleasant good evening.
Well, you're back up Capitol Hill with your colleagues. You resume for the third and final quarter. How is the Capitol building now?
Even though the body is bereaved.
Well, we are proceeding well. We are of the conviction that what we do envisage as a body will come to fruition, amongst which are the issue regarding the budget, the issue in ensuring that the discussion President held with the population in terms of volunteer workers, all of them be on payroll, the health workers, the teachers, the local government officials or the chiefs. We want that to be accelerated, and we will have to do that with a cheerful and a swift readiness, because we feel that our people are part of the national architecture and their livelihood must be protected and improved.
Wow. And so, Mr. Speaker, we've been told, of course, we just announced to the public that the deputy chief clerk he was sad enough to announce his passing. But how is it that there you in leadership and along with the rest of the other folks?
Well, thanks to my colleagues that we have were able to acknowledge and pay homage to him in the sacred chambers, the plenary. And the plenary was excellent into observing some honor as he has been dutiful. He has been with one that I will refer to with one with huge cognitive ability, and he has done us well. He served the country with devotion and dedication, and as such, I think people must see his life as a kind of example for others to follow.
Okay, we are here. Of course, any news from the legislature relative to any possible closure for runoff?
Well, we are anticipating that it's constitutional. We all participated in ensuring that the breaks of the legislature be structured so as to enhance productivity, efficacy. So, as such, our franchise is paramount. So it is prudent, that all of us as Liberians go to our various constituencies to exercise our right to vote, so that those that we have, confidence in, and can be given the mantle of authority. And we think that it will be sooner than later. By next week, between now and next week, everything will be done so that the legislators can go and serve the purpose for which they have been sworn in office, the constitutional rights. All right, so that is certain that we are going to play that role. And I pray that all other persons of good intention, patriots, will be able to do those needful issues, what will make the country remain afloat, buoyant for prosperity and productivity.
What is that a message you have for your people in Plebo Sadikan district? As they keep show they're tuning into the radio, what are some misinformation, disinformation? Is that a message for them?
Kind of all embracing arms. We want to salute the wonderful people of Plebo Sadikan district. They are people of dignity. They are people that have increased awareness. They are intelligent people, and those are people that I will not trade for anything. It is because of that I think other people don't like, perhaps, the idea that we refer to our people as honest and industrious. But it will not relent. We'll continue to have them, maintain them as our partners, because these are partners that you can rely on. I want to tell them to remain peaceful. And as we enter into the new phase of the electoral process, they should remain as they have been, and heighten their participation, because we need this country to remain afloat, and also to excel to nobler heights, to Olympian heights. And I think they know exactly where we stood and where we are going. The people of Plebo, the people of Maryland County, the people of Liberia, people that are sophisticated, and people don't think that they are. But we believe in them because we know exactly the demonstrable actions when it comes to moving this country forward. We are grateful, and with the sense of humility, we must say that what they have done to maintain the peace, they may continue to do so, so that Liberia will be an envy of the world, so that people will try to copy what Liberian people do. And Plebo uniquely is called New Jerusalem, and it's because of who they are, what they are, and what they have been, all of the why and what they stand for. That is why we call them the people of New Jerusalem. I want to say that the matter of leadership of Plebo Sadikan district is foregone because I think the facts are clear. We're not the arbiter to come up with a kind of, I would say, decision on the matter. The National Elections Commission, we have unabated trust and confidence in that body because you have people with repute, you have people with integrity, they are integrous people, so we know that they will do the right thing. Of course, wherever there exist people, there will be some, gaps. There will be some weaknesses, but I want to say on the record that you have people of high caliber, people of high reasoning capacity, people with honesty, people with focused vision and foresight. And these are people that are driving our democratic, I would say, sector in the right direction, meaning the Elections Commission that we are so cherished. So I know at the end of the day, justice will prevail. The case, the matter is proceeding well, and there was the first engagement with the lawyers, and things are going well because the truth will never be buried. However, it is trampled upon, it will rise up, and whatever the case is, the people of Plibo Soloke District will be the beneficiaries, the dividend of development will see their face, will be shared by them. Because I want to say that Plibo can never be the same as we have envisioned, making people to transform. They shall transform. There's no doubt about it. Whatever we have done for Plibo, whatever we are playing for Plibo, we will roll them out. Thankfully, the people have spoken, and their voices will be respected. Their verdict will be recorded. Their quests to have a mature, responsible, reputable leadership will be displayed. It will become visual. It will become palpable. It will become something that people can really study and look at. We call Plibo New Jerusalem, Plibo Soloke New Jerusalem, because it is now manifesting itself. There is no miracle without obstacle. So things will happen. God in it, and it shall come to pass. Whatever they have done, we want to applaud them. Let them remain peaceful. Let them remain calm, because the day of judgment is soon, and they will be proud of the outcome, because everything that is to be has already been set, and everything that is to be, has been, very much stored. It's only a matter of time, because whatever that is, store means to keep. Whatever that is to be has been kept, because God is the arbiter. He who is the true arbiter of all human events. He will make sure that the people that are there will be endowed with wisdom, and his power will rule, and the destiny of our land will all be enjoyed by all of us, because we are in this together, and we must be assured that indeed, come what may, we shall overcome. Whatever obstacles there will be, they will be turned into miracles, and the people of Plibo Soloke District will be proud, and the God that they serve will do justice to them.
Well, thanks a lot, Speaker Chambers. Great to having you here on the line.
God bless you, and may you also lead a kind of a professional life as you are always done. And I want to thank you for being quintessential.
Well, thanks a lot, House Speaker Dr. Bofo Chambers there speaking to us, calling on people of Plibo Soloke District to be kind. And since in fact there's adjudication of election matter with the National Elections Commission, of course, we can speak to that much. But he is calling on his people to be kind and to be peaceful. As he said, the place is called New Jerusalem. And so
it's always a good thing to keep the peace of the country, and I think it's a good call coming from a stakeholder of Plibo Soloke District. He calls Plibo the New Jerusalem.
With that, let's open the lines, interact with the public. We've told you we are back up capital here for the third and final quarter. You want to join us on the conversation? 0880514 096 0770259660 are the numbers to join us right here on the conversation. Let's hear you speak. Yeah, sorry, your line is very bad. I'm hoping you change your location. Call us back. Sorry. Let's take on this person calling us. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
You're welcome. Let's hear you.
Thank you.
Yeah, go ahead. Your name, where you call from? Oh, sorry. We lost this one. 0880514096 0770259660 are the numbers to join us right here on the program today in the House of Representatives. Let's hear you. Call us 0880514096 0770259660. Hello.
Good evening. Welcome to the program. Let's hear you. Not good for us.
Yeah. No.
Let's try another caller. I think we have another caller on the line. Not yet.
0770259660. Alternatively, you call us on that as well. 0880514096, and let's hear you on here.
Good evening. Welcome.
Yeah, good evening.
Welcome to the program. Let's hear you. Cyrus, you're calling from Chicken Soup Factory.
Yes.
Okay, please go ahead. Let's hear you.
I think your program is very brilliant. I want for you to see the duty of the law that the people have passed for the past time, and the law that personally in waiting that they do the past, so that we can know how well they have done for the past 6 years. Because I see the way my answer, how many laws they passed, and what is the outstanding now?
Yeah, because we are not close.
Because are coming.
We are thank you very much. We are not close. When we are closer, we'll do the sum of this person join us. Hello. Hello. Oh, sorry. Listen to the. Oh, hello. Oh, we can't continue with this person. I think it's best to.
Yeah. So if you're calling us, please walk away from the radio. If you're listening to a radio, please lower the volume of the radio and listen to the phone. You will hear us talk to you via the phone.
Let's take on this person. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to the program. Let's hear you.
Yeah, is it ERBC?
Please welcome to the program. Let's hear you.
Thank you. I'm Initial Saga calling from Maryland County, to be precise, Plebo District.
Okay, go ahead, Fan Plebo.
Yes. I listened to the speaker. He said he got covered in the election commission. So, is he telling us that the results of the election commission from Plebo District number 2, Maryland County, is not satisfied with the results? Let you be boo and tell us if he got any problem with the results, and how will he appreciate the outcome of the issue with the election commission, saying it before the electoral code.
Okay, thanks a lot.
So I think he just answered the question.
This person. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Welcome. Let's hear you.
And good evening to you guys.
Yes, good evening.
Let me applaud you guys for the legislative platform. This is Hilton Wulajedo, and I join you from Loking Town.
Yeah, go ahead, Hilton.
Yes, I listened to the expositions of the speaker. I think the people of the Boston district, like the speaker always said, New Jerusalem. When I was fortunate to be on the campaign tours of the president, yes, if you were to go to people, the place prefer to become New Jerusalem because it's a commercial city. But it's, like he said, the people have made a decision, and then there's a reservation. So I think he looked up to the National Election Commission, who has the full jurisdictions to look into matter more, especially where it is being said that Mark Benson, who refers to Sagremo in our own traditional way, has taken away some boxes and need to be investigated. So, like he told the public, I think the people of Plebo need to remain calm, and they have voted, and the reservation is noted by NEP until that time reaches. Thank you guys for the platform. We always follow.
Well, thanks a lot, Hilton.
0880514096
0770259660.
Okay, so let's go to this line. Good evening, welcome. Good evening, welcome to the program. Good evening, welcome. I think we can continue with that caller.
0770259660. We'll take two more, and then we'll conclude. Listen to a gentleman who is saying, since the lawmakers been there 6 years, we tell you how many bills they passed. Yeah,
let's try to talk to this caller. Good evening, welcome. Good evening, welcome to the program. Let's hear you, please.
Thank you. Maurice Dam, I join you from Nina.
Okay.
I want to understand. I've been one of the candidates that have been involved with some information that people get to net that I went and incited people to disrupt election in certain portion of the country. I require what would be the penalty towards how we incited people to disrupt the election in a particular gap.
Well, that is with the Elections Commission, not with the legislature. Yeah, well, thank you very much. We are here. We are not election commissioner. Of course, we are not law enforcement people to effectuate arrest. So if you did that, you did something wrong, but they will investigate you. Hello? Let's hear you, please. Welcome to the program. Listen to the telephone still. Hello? Oh, sorry. So it's best that when you're calling us, you go far away from
Yes,
the
walk
receiver,
away
or you
from
lower
the radio.
receiver, listen
I
to the
think
telephone.
not many people understand receiver. The radio you're listening to. Please lower the volume. Lower the volume. Then you call on the phone. Yes. Okay. I think this is
Well,
a
like
return call.
back house speaker, but for Chambers, who's calling back? Speaker Chambers.
Yeah, thank you very much. I heard a young fellow with a very good voice from Tigo Sodoka district indicating that he was a little bit not certain as to the position I made or my statement. I applauded National Elections Commission because they have a good system in place. It does not mean that the place is 100%. Because what is now trending is that NEC official in Roland County admitted to stuffing ballots against us.
Okay.
Admitted to putting our pool washers up. Admitted to stating that she and the presiding officer are the one that carry on the ballot stuffing. And in the area she administered, there were lots of discrepancies. For instance, if you see Bolulu at precinct 27010, where you should have 550, she has there 903. In the same Bolulu, where you're supposed to have 950 in polling place 2, which is the precinct 27010. You have over 700. To be exact, is 700 and I think it's 356 times 2. That's what you have there instead of having 550, which will be 2 blah blah blah. Will give you 7 something.
And it should be 550. But if that matter is before the
so again in another area you have a similar stuff in Bolobo. And besides, people were brutalized. And she said she put our pool washer out. So all of these things are listed, are excesses. Where you're supposed to have 550, it exceeded 550. I mean, close to doubling 550. So you don't have those kinds of things to say that there are not problems. Yes, there are problems. But we said that it is NEC in its judgment that will come up with the conclusion. And we have trust that what we are yearning for will happen. To the extent that even the NEC officer, I think one Nimle, she said that they were threatening to be burnt.
Wow.
And thanks to the police officers who were able to rescue a gentleman at the point of death. he had to take that gentleman to, J.J. Dawson Hospital. So there were a lot of excesses, but we tell our people to remain calm because there are several people. That's New Jerusalem. So we have explicit trust in them, and we trust the National Elections Commission that they will investigate and come up with a rational judgment because they are intelligent and analytical. That is why we feel that all will be well, and our people should remain peaceful because now, all things considered, we will say to them that the votes will not be discarded. However, it was done in the dark, but the evidence will show that, yes, indeed, they were true Democrats and they were able to exercise their franchise unimpeded by God. Because you cannot say you disturb God's wishes. God's wishes will prevail. Thank you so much.
Well, thanks a lot. So, I'm sure the gentleman listened to that who was calling. We have to wind down the curtains here. Tom is our best friend. So for me, Tom is my best friend.
Yes,
Some people say Tom is not your best friend.
yes. In relation to this conversation, is the best thing to do when you have
Like people to
yes, to take advantage of the legal proceedings because that's why you have laws and you cannot
we can't take on laws in our own hands.
into our own hands. I think
Where
that's
people
the
don't
best
jump
way.
to the
Yeah.
street. I don't know.
Inside
That's what the speaker
violence,
said. People should be kind.
crime.
Since the matter is before the relevant people, clear with the
It is the
authority.
National Elections Commission that is close with the authority to make a final decision into that matter, so the people can remain peaceful in Plebiscite district. Also, the last time we were here, we highlighted a number of bills, of course, that the Honorable House of Representatives has acted upon, and some of those bills that were still in committee room. And I think the concern of you who called, probably you didn't listen
So
to the show, but at the closure,
at the closure, we're
yeah,
going to tell you in totality
very well.
for the 6 years, the successes, the challenges of the 54th legislature. But I tell you this before we go. This 54th legislature, under the speakership of Speaker Buffer Chambers, has been able to do a lot more. There are a long list of achievement we can tell you about the 54th legislature. It is under this 54th legislature that we have, because long, like I said, we've been fighting corruption.
Yeah, the LCC.
Theoretically, but on this 54th legislature, we now tend to fight it practically. And that's why the LCC now has prosecutorial power. All right. So now the new law provides for 2 divisions, one for investigation, one for prosecution. It is this 54th legislature that acted on the dual citizenship. This 54th legislature, we will name a couple of things that this 54th legislature did for the good of our country. The issue of the drug
Education,
law,
health, drug
issue of the
law,
drug law,
yeah.
So we this is all the time we have to be here with you. We have to wind down the curtains door. Our time has been eaten, but however,
That's a mutual understanding.
it was a mutual understanding. So we're graciously being embraced. So, but we have to go. Thanks a lot to all of you for playing your usual listening role. We're going to be here on next Thursday and give you updates from up Capitol Hill. But the lawmakers are back. They are working in your interests. This fifth last section, the third quarter of the 6th section, we are going to be in section up to December before the transition in January to have the
Colorful
55th legislature. It's been a wonderful conversation. Thanks to all of our staff up Capitol Hill. You are re-energized. You're back to work. You went out for your break. We are expecting again, as you heard the speaker saying, in keeping with the law, we are to close. There will be a resolution for the closure of the legislature,
The runoff
for
elections.
the runoff elections. And
Yeah.
so again, we are going to go back to the ports. Liberians should be peaceful. Let's be tolerant of each other. There will be difference of views, but we cannot hold things. We cannot jump to the streets.